If you want a result in your life, you need to be the energy for that result. You want more love in your life, you need to be more loving. You want more peace in your life, be more at ease in your nervous system. You want more intimacy in your relationship, be more connected. People want things that are outside of themselves, and they come to me and say, Brooke, how do I get that? What thing can I do? It's not about what you can do. It's about who are you being and what is the energetic signal that that being is emitting out into the electromagnetic field?
Hey, I'm Brooke Jean, therapist, recovering perfectionist, and struggling working mom on a mission to normalize normal. If you're an overwhelmed, high-achieving, and secretly anxious mama, struggling to balance it all and on the brink of burnout, you are in the right place. Here is where we talk about hard things like balancing work and family life, mental health, and how to navigate life-altering transitions. Nothing is too taboo here. In my conversations, I'll teach you how to let go of who you think you're supposed to be in order to create the life you've always wanted. Get ready to embrace your messy, shed the shoulds, and find freedom through a life unperfected. This is the Unperfected Pod.
Welcome back to the Unperfected Pod, where we normalize normal and find freedom through a life unperfected. What is up, Mama? Brooke Jean here again. Excited to check in and connect and share some information around a topic that I am so passionate about, which is energy. But before we dive in, first of all, I want to check in. How are you? How are you doing? How are you feeling? It's Monday, November, let me check, 6th. Monday morning, November 6th, as I'm recording this. So I am coming out of a weekend. So how was your weekend? How was your week so far? And I hope that you are doing something that is nourishing your mind, body, and spirit. This past weekend was really special for our family. Those of you that don't know, I have two children, one who's 20, Camden, he's in college, and one who's 6, Chloe, she's in first grade. And Camden goes to college at CU Boulder, which is just 20 minutes from here, but I still grieve my son leaving the nest and becoming an adult and becoming his own person and not seeing him as much as I used to. But I am also very grateful for him being close, and we do get to see him a lot. But this past weekend, he had his junior recital. So he is a saxophone player, he's a jazz major, and he's just an incredibly gifted and talented musician. He always has been since he was 5 years old. And so this kid has really been following his bliss. And so many beautiful doors have opened because he's been in alignment with his bliss, which ties into energy, which is what we're going to talk about today. But anyways, the junior recital is an opportunity for these students to put everything that they've learned about their artistry, and they compose music and they pull an ensemble together. They choose their band members and they create their theme, and they get to perform it at this place that's like a performance center here near Denver, Colorado. And this beautiful, cute little venue, like it was so, I don't know, I felt like we were in a jazz club in New York, and it was dark and there was candlelight and there was wine and there was snacks and like round tables with chairs. And I was there and my husband was there and Chloe was there, and she invited her best friend and their mom, and my best friend who's basically been there for all of Camden's milestones was there, and Cam's dad and Cam's other sister. And it was just this really magical container that we then got to witness my special person, my son, be in his magic. And when I say that it was moving, like I had the goosebumps so many times throughout it, and just tears of pride and joy. And I don't know, there is something really magnificent about being in the energy of someone who's in their magic. Have you guys ever felt that before? Like when you're with someone and they're in their thing that they're passionate about, that their God-given gift is, and that they were designed to do, when you're in the energy of them doing the damn thing, it is fucking felt. It is so magnetic. It is powerful. Because in that moment, my son was being the signal for healing, the signal for hope, the signal for relief, the signal for joy, the signal for pleasure and power, like all the things that his music and his artistry were representing. And to be witness to that with someone that we love so much. Gosh, guys, as a mom, I have to say that was one of those mommy moments that took me into an alternative universe. I like transcended reality in that moment. And I felt more love and joy than I felt in some time. As moms, it's really hard being a mom. And there's a lot of days where you don't have those moments. There's a lot of days where you feel loneliness and overwhelm and shame about your parenting decisions, or just fear and worry that your kid's not going to make it or be like safe at school or connect with a thing that they're good at that they have confidence around, right? There's a lot of really hard moments in parenting. So when you experience these transcendent, profound, special moments, it's important to really be present, to soak it up to its fullest expression. And boy, did I. I was present for that. That was just such a soulful 2 hours. And everyone in the room was having the same experience. And then afterwards, we had everybody over to our house for some snacks and some drinks. And Cam's girlfriend, they've been together for 3 years now. They met in the dorms. She's also a musician. She is like an insane classical violinist, viola player. I don't know how to say that right. I think you know what I'm saying, but she's incredible. And her dad was in town. Both her parents are practicing artists in New York. And her dad was in town and he came over. It was the first time we got to meet him. And Chloe had her friend over. And we just had this like really beautiful and lovely day and evening. And so I am just vibrating with love right now. And on top of that, I don't know if you guys follow me on social media, but I joined Kathy Heller's Your Turn to Podcast program and joined her VIP group. And so I have been in this energy of her and all these other phenomenal human beings that are trying to make a difference in the world through podcasting for the last 12 weeks. And Kathy gets on and does live coaching every week. And for the whole 12 weeks, I didn't feel ready to be in the hot seat. I didn't feel ready to call or raise my hand and be called on in front of the 150 people that are witnessing her call and her live coaching. And the night before our graduation call, I just had a feeling. I am so in alignment right now. I'm going to get called up by Kathy. That morning, which was last Thursday morning, I knew it. In my meditation, it came through. You're going to get live coached with Kathy. You got to show up for the graduation call. I just knew. So we get on the graduation call. She always starts with a dance party. I start dancing because it was a song that I had just played for one of my clients that's a company. I do this weekly wellness live where I get on every Thursday morning for the whole company and I live coach them. We do dance party, breath work, and meditation, and then a topic that I'm coaching on. And I had just played the same song. And so I just knew when those synchronicities start to happen, you just know you're in alignment. You know you're on the right path. You know you're in the energy that you want to be in to co-create the life that you desire and deserve. So I start dancing because I'm thinking, oh my God, of all the songs, right? And Kathy Heller is a songwriter. Like she's just incredible. She's also an artist, but she like highlighted me dancing. So when she's dancing, people that are dancing, she like highlights them on the Zoom. And so it was at one point, it was just me and her on the Zoom dancing. And I was like already kind of embarrassed about that, but whatever. I was in the energy. It was the vibe. Then as we closed down, she starts doing her coaching and I just started vibrating and I knew she is going to call on me. I'm going to raise my hand because I poured into this program and you get out what you put in. And I was feeling strong enough and grounded enough and rooted enough and confident enough to be seen. But I've also been really struggling with being seen as I embark on new levels inside my business. And I wanted to get coached by her on that because she is just such a Jedi when it comes to all things mindfulness and energy that are going to help you arrive at your fullest and most authentic expression or hinder you. And so I was feeling strong enough to ask the question to call out my thing that I'm struggling with. So to make a long story short, I raised my hand and I was the first person to get called on. So here I am, side by side on the Zoom with 175 or 184 people watching, and I'm about to get coached by Kathy. And in this moment, I have an out of body experience where I just start talking and I have no effing idea what I'm saying. I know you guys can relate to this, right? But I start with how what I thought I was going to get from the program was scaling the podcast, which I absolutely have. We have more mamas listening now than we did when we started, which is the freaking mission to serve one mommy at a time and help her with her mental health. But what I actually ended up receiving from this program was so much bigger than that. It wasn't a business result. It was an alchemical, energetic shift, a remembering of who I am and why I'm here and what the signal is to drive change in the world. You see, it was a shift from what more can I do into a shift into who am I being and what is the energy that I am omitting? And am I allowing myself to be present and to bring that beautiful light forward with all of my interactions? And instead of wanting more and more and more, can I root down in the quality of what already is? And so I shared with her, my brand is Brooke Jean Unperfected, and I have the Unperfected Pod. And I help moms let go of who they think they're supposed to be to create the life they actually dream of and desire. And I'm a therapist and I'm a coach, and I have individual clients and group clients and team clients, and my practice is full. And I hired someone and her caseload is full. And now I just want to get this message out to millions of moms. And I want to go from one to one to one to many. And she stopped me right there and said, this desire to do more, to have more, like, where is that coming from? Why does that matter? And what I realize is that even though I have done a lot of work on myself in the last 20 years, that I still lean really heavy when it comes to business on my masculine side, and my ego is still present. It's the ego that wants more and doesn't realize how much enoughness and beauty and abundance is already here. And what was so crazy about this coaching that I got from Kathy was that morning I had done the weekly wellness live where I was talking about gratitude for the moment, gratitude for the enoughness, gratitude of what's already here and how that lends itself to create more of that. But it was like I was teaching that message, but I wasn't fully embodying it. And so here, 2 hours later, I have this person that I really admire and respect giving me the exact same message I was giving others. How freaking powerful, you guys. This is energy unfolding in real time. This is me being in alignment and therefore being called on and therefore getting the message that I needed to receive. All we need is already here and inside of us, right? And so this coaching conversation that I had to digest over the weekend, I'm going to watch the replay of it after I do this podcast, and I'm going to pull all my nuggets out of it and really write it down and integrate it. But it has really given me this opportunity to remember to be the light, to clean up the energy, to be the energy that I want to see in the world. You see, because if you want to change your life, you got to change your energy. So let's get more into it. Everything is energy, my loves. Everything has an energetic vibration. My voice, my thoughts, my beliefs, this microphone sitting here, this pencil sitting idle, the stars, the moon, my relationship, everything is emitting a frequency energetically. This is quantum physics, okay? Everything is energy. By the way, if you only take away one nugget from this podcast, I want you to take this one. Your energy is your most powerful tool, your most important resource. Your frequency that you're emitting inside your mind, inside your belief system, in your relationships, in your teams, with your parenting, the frequency that you're showing up with is the most powerful resource you have. Why? Because like energy attracts like energy. So when you're in the frequency of love, you are going to turn on the signals of all the other beings and people, places, and things that are also vibrating at the frequency of love. If you're vibrating the frequency of fear and worry, you are going to connect with and wake up the people around you that are also vibrating with fear and worry. And I can't help but notice, but with how many big and scary and just devastating real world things that are happening right now, there's a lot of people that are in an energy of fear, of worry, of anxiety, of blame, of hatred. And while as a therapist, I understand these emotional responses, there is an overlap of mental and emotional health and regulation and raising your vibration and your frequency. They're not one or the other. They actually play together really beautifully. And so while it is more than normal to feel scared about what's going on in the world, worried about the people in the Middle East, angry about what's happening, we need to remember the power of being the signal of love in our homes and the ripple of goodness that has on all energetic beings around us. Because I might not be able to change all of that over there, but I can continue to tune my instrument to the song of love, the song of hope, the song of relief, the song of play, the song of joy and laughter and all the things that I want to be. Because here's the other thing. If you want a result in your life, you need to be the energy for that result. You want more love in your life, you need to be more loving. You want more joy in your life, you need to be more joyful. You want more peace in your life, be more at ease in your nervous system. You want more intimacy in your relationship, be more connected. Bring that connection to your relationship. People want things that are outside of themselves, and they come to me and say, Brooke, how do I get that? What thing can I do? I want love. What can I do to attract love? I want success. What can I do to achieve success? And I say, it's not about what you can do. It's about who are you being and what is the energetic signal that that being is emitting out into the electromagnetic field. Because if everything is energy, if I'm energy, as Brooke Jean, and I'm emitting energy out into an electromagnetic field where there is infinite potential, infinite abundance, infinite possibilities. Like, have you guys actually really studied just like the universe? I mean, it is like insane what we don't even know yet about like the depths of the stars and the skies and the oceans even. And so all that you've ever wanted is already existing in the electromagnetic field. You just need to be the energy that would align with that. You need to be the signal that calls that in or that wakes up and sees that it's already here. Does that make sense? All right. So everything is made up of energy. Like energy attracts like energy. So you need to be the energy that you want to see in the world. If you want more love, you need to be more loving. You need to attune to that loving energy. You need to bring that light of love with you wherever you go. And so let me remind you that we're not all going to be in the highest vibration all day long, every day, because we are human. And it's not about perfection, is it? It's not about perfection. I can't feel good all the time, and that is more than okay. I can't be high vibe all the time, and that's more than okay. Sometimes I am angry. Sometimes I am depressed. Sometimes I am feeling a little victimhood. And guess what? That's not the problem, because the work isn't about avoiding those lower frequency experiences or emotional responses to those experiences. The work is about having the awareness that I've fallen out of my integrity, out of my alignment, out of my attunement, out of my energetic being. I've fallen off. I need to get back in. I need to get back on. And it's the building of that muscle of awareness of getting back on that will absolutely change your life. The biggest energetic shift and up level you can make is to go from why is this happening to me to what is the opportunity here. It's about taking personal responsibility for your outcomes. So the day in which you recognize I am responsible for the happiness I experience in my life, you have massively up leveled energetically. You are playing in the electromagnetic field with different players, other people who are taking personal responsibility, who are investing in their healing, who are investing in their becoming, who are taking responsibility for what they want, who are showing up for themselves in creating what they want in their lives. And so this is why to heal is to go to higher frequency. Because when we make the choice to heal our traumas, when we make the choice to go into therapy or engage in any healing modality, I love them all. When we make the choice and say yes to healing, we immediately go to a level 3 energy, which is where we take personal responsibility. And now we are playing in a different field. And then, furthermore, when we're in the therapeutic process, we start to shed the layers that we've absorbed in our trying to survive that no longer serve us. We start to heal our traumas and release those energetic, stagnant things from our body. We start to reprogram our belief system into our enoughness and our worthiness and our deservingness. We start to then improve our relationships. We start to then be more confident and go out and take bigger risks in the world. And in this like unbecoming who you thought you were supposed to be in response to all the shit life is thrown at you and the roles that you've taken on, you actually peel back those layers to your core essence, your core authentic expression, or your soul, if you use that language. And that, my love, that is your signal. That is your highest self. And that version of you knows that she's amazing, knows that she's worthy and deserving, knows that she has what it takes, knows that everything's going to be okay, knows that, ultimately people are good more than they are bad, right? That part of you is connected to herself and her intuition and anything spiritual that she calls into. She's alive and she's present and she's mindful and she's aware and she only lives in truth in the real moment. And when we can be in that space, fully present to the enoughness of the moment, that vibration, that frequency has a ripple effect beyond what I think we can even comprehend. How magnificent. And so it's not about being perfectly in alignment with your higher self all the time. It's about remembering to come home to it over and over again. You get triggered and you maybe are short with your kids. Okay. Be loving to yourself and repair it with them. Get back in the game. Okay. You have a glass of wine too many and you are short with your husband. Okay. Recognize what happened, repair, try again. Your neighbor pissed you off. Awareness, repair, try again. The world seems like a scary place. Awareness, figure out what you need to protect your time, energy, and sanity. Get back into alignment with love. Because not only is your energy your most potent resource, love is the highest vibrational energetic output. There is nothing stronger than the vibration of love. And you can see this scientifically. This is what has been so cool in the last few years is like, it's science has really aligned with spirituality. It's not you're a spiritual person or a science-led person. You can be both. Because now we can study water molecules and we can see that when we speak love into the water molecule, they look like beautiful snowflakes. And when you speak hate to a water molecule, it looks like a black cancer cell. And so we now know that, this energy affects things physically in the real world. And so when we can be awake enough and conscious enough and intentional enough to, when we fall off and get distracted, come back into alignment with a vibration of love. You have no idea what that will shift for you. Number one, it's going to feel better. Because if you're in the vibration of love and you're thinking loving thoughts, then you're going to release loving hormones. Then you're going to have more loving feelings. Then you're going to create more people, places, and things and opportunities that also have that frequency of love. Okay. So it just feels better to be in a frequency of love than in a frequency of hate. And then it's actually better for your physical health and your mental health and your emotional health. Because when we're in a frequency of love and we're just, releasing oxytocin or dopamine or endorphins or serotonin, that's healthy. Those are healthy hormones that feel good. If we are in the vibration of hate, we're going to be releasing adrenaline, cortisol, all that stuff. And over time, that really wears and tears on every system in our body. Every system in our body. So in that case, to be in a vibration of hate, you're actually vulnerable health wise, not just mental health, physical health. P.S. Mental health is health. It's all health, guys. Okay. And so I love, number one, witnessing when we choose to heal and we choose to do things like therapy or coaching or energy healing. When we choose to deal with our traumas, we're not spiritually bypassing shit to just feel in a high vibration all the time. That's not what's up. That's not the move. The move isn't, let me just ignore the reality of trauma and pretend I'm high vibration all the time and try to convince myself that I'm good vibes only. That's not the move. That's called spiritual bypassing. What we do is we face the hard thing with courage. And we say, I have some stuff here in my brain and body that I'm ready to heal and release. And we do our work. We do our work, my loves. And it's so brave and it's hard and it's vulnerable, but it is transformational. And as we begin to do our work, we realize who we really are. And the more authentic we are, the stronger our energetic signal is. And the more authentic we are and the more we peel back those layers, we remember that we're all love. We're all love. And if one by one we can remember that, and if one by one we can reconnect with that light inside of us, that love inside of us, and we can bring that with us to our teams, to our clients, to our kids, to our partners, and to our communities, this is how we change things. And so you are powerful, my love. You are love. You already are enough. You have enough. You are worthy and deserving of all that is good. And instead of banging your head against a wall on what more can I do to get a different result, here is my suggestion. Turn that energy and effort inward and change your energy to change your life. So I highly recommend Kathy Heller's podcast, The Kathy Heller Show. I highly recommend Dr. Joe Dispenza and his meditations around changing your energy. But everything begins and ends with awareness. What is my energy right now? Is it a grounded energy? Is it a frenetic energy? Is it an energy of love or is it an energy of fear? Is it an energy of optimism and hope or dreadfulness? And if you're not in an energy that feels right for you, you just say, what do I need to get back in alignment? So here's some of the things that I love to do to get me back into alignment. Number one, breath work and meditation. My meditation practice has changed my life. It's how I remembered who I was. It's how I created the space to see who I was and to ask the hard questions. It's just instrumental for my well-being and for my business stuff too. And breath work, movement. So I love to put on some good music and dance. That's how I remember who I am. Going outside, being in nature, being in the sunshine, being around water, laughter is key for me. I've got to laugh. I got to watch something funny. I love personal development. So listening to podcasts that inspire me. And it is so important that you are very selective with who you're sharing energy with. We become like the 3 to 5 people that we spend the most time with. So if you are around 3 to 5 negative Nellies all the time, you better believe that they're hindering your frequency and your vibration. And it's not our job to change them or fix them or even call them out that they're not in a good energetic space. Everyone is on a journey, and I have compassion for that. But I might not choose to be around you if you all you do is complain and not take action in your life. I might not want to hang around you if all you do is watch the news and get really worked up about something you don't even know the facts around. None of us know all of the facts. I'm not going to be around you if you're a victim to your circumstance and just keep saying, why does this keep happening to me? Why do bad things always happen to me? But not recognizing how you're participating in that. Those might not be the folks that I'm going to be around in my personal life, because I like to be around people who see opportunities, who are doing big things in the world, who are honest about how messy it is to be a person, who talk about real shit like their traumas and their issues in their marriage and the thing that they're struggling with. Because when we talk about it, we feel it, and then we can get busy focusing energy on the things that bring us joy. But you got to be careful who you're spending your time with, because like energy attracts like energy. And if you're around somebody who's really just sucking all the life out of you energetically, it's hard for you to remember to be the signal of love, of light, of joy, of relief, whatever it is. And so those are a few things that I do to help myself. But am I in alignment all the time? Am I high vibe all the time? No, I'm not. Am I most of the time? Yeah. And if I had to do some work to get there, yes. Because even when I'm in a depressive state, I still have an energy of hope, possibility, opportunity. I'm still in my integrity and show up for the things that matter most to me. I still do work that's meaningful. I'm still contributing. I'm still connected to my family. And so to me, it's like high vibe doesn't just look like extroverted, big, passionate energy. That's not it at all. Sometimes high vibe looks like struggling 3 months into a depression, but I can still find the meaning in the work that I'm doing. I can still hold my daughter when I read her books at night and see her beautiful blue eyes and just feel so much love. I still know that tomorrow could be the day that I feel better. And I know a brighter day is coming. I know it's coming. So sometimes that's what high vibe looks like, right? But all too often, people want to like do things to change these external outcomes in their lives. And I just want you to hear me when I say it's an inside out job. It's not when I find love or when I make this much money or when I have my second vacation rental or when I whatever, then I'll be happy or then I'll think I'm worthy of love or then I'll think I'm a success. That's not the route, my loves. I tried that route for over a decade, and guess where it led me? Burnout and a low key mental breakdown at 33 years old. I tried it that way. I tried to feel good by external validation. I tried to heal what was broken inside of me by my achievements and accolades. I tried to pretend I was okay. I tried to force positivity. I was spiritually bypassing big time, and it led me to burnout. That route didn't work for me. What has worked for me is seeing all that I want is an inside out job. That if I can like who I am right here, right now, that's going to open doors and opportunities and experiences for me that I dream of and put on a vision board. That when I attune to love, that I end up feeling more loving and I end up feeling more connected to my partner, and the right people, places, and things start coming into my universe, right? When I can remember that I am the light and I bring that light out into the world and all the people that I help in my day, whether it's my clients or whatever, that is enough. That's more than enough. And I want you guys to watch me continue to make this shift from what more can I do to hit the next level of success to really like rooting and grounding into the integrity and the goodness of what already is, the quality of care, the intention. And I'm just curious where that's going to take us. This community here, myself and clients, my family, my closest friends. I'm really excited to see. But what I'm most excited about is how much better that method toward whatever success is, which is just an inside job, that method of doing it inside out feels better on my nervous system. And that is what Kathy so beautifully called attention to when she had me in the hot seat. Was when I stopped talking about how I was going to level up and do all this, and I started talking about how much is already here and how grateful I am for it and how beautiful this life is. Then something shifted in my tone, my energy, my vibration, and she noticed it, and so did the group. And so I had this aha of like, whenever I'm feeling like I need so much more, that's me leaning too hard into my masculine, which by the way, I've had to do. I had to do. A lot of us women in business, we've had to lean on our masculine to be respected, to get shit done. But our gold is in the balance of our masculine and our feminine, but I'm less comfortable there. The feminine has felt more vulnerable to me. So I've got some work to do. I've got some work to do around that. And I also need to check my ego. When my ego is trying to keep me safe and compare me to others and say that I need to do more and have a bigger following and blah, 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 I need to remind myself that's not me. That's the ego. Like when I lay down at bed at night, I don't give a shit how many followers I have. I care that I helped one person that day. One person, whether that's my child or a client or a neighbor. If I've helped one person, the ripple effect of that is magnificent. But I just need to remember that. And remembering that is about getting back into alignment and remembering to be the signal. So let's recap some things, my love. Everything is energy. Like energy attracts like energy. You have to be the shift that you want to see in the world energetically. You have to be more loving if you want more love. By the way, all of us are truly this love and light that we speak about. Your energy is your most powerful and potent resource. If you change your energy, you will change your life. It is not about being high vibe all the time because we are human and it's freaking messy being human. It's about taking personal responsibility for the outcomes of your life, saying yes to the things that grow you and challenge you and heal you, and remembering to get back in alignment when you've gotten distracted or fallen off track, and doing so with grace and so much self-compassion. And remembering that we already are enough. We already are enough as we are. There is enough beauty. There's enough love. There's enough joy. There's enough wisdom. There's enough power inside of you right now. You just need to remove the layers so you can see it more clearly, so you can remember. But if one by one we all remember our light and we turn our lights on and we bring that light out into the world today, think about the impact we can have. So, my loves, may you remember that. May you remember that you're the light and that you are the love. And may you be in the signal of that as much as you can. And may that help you feel better. And may you feel more at ease knowing that that's available to you. You don't have to do much to attune to it, it's already there. And if you're ready to go from healing to high frequency, if you're ready to do the work, reach out to us. Reach out to us. Okay. Our one-to-one, Megan might have a couple openings, but we are starting to work on a program where we can invite some of you in to learn more about brain health and mental health and emotional regulation and energetics and neuroscience and psychology and epigenetics, all the things that I'm so passionate about. We are working on creating a membership-based community that we are going to launch end of January. So if you've been wanting to work with Megan or myself, or you want in on this energy and you want to learn more, there's going to be an opportunity for you. So if you haven't already, make sure that you're on my mailing list. You can go to my website To sign up, it's www.liveunperfected.com. You can follow me on Instagram, where I will always be keeping you posted on these things as I'm co-creating them with you, at Brooke Jean Unperfected. But for now, I hope there was a nugget in this little chit chat that can serve you in such a meaningful and beautiful way. I love you, and I will see you all same time, same place next week. Bye for now.
Thank you so much for listening to the Unperfected Pod. I hope this episode helped you feel a little less alone and a little more inspired to be you. If you like what we're doing here, I would so appreciate that you subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. If you do, share the episode on Instagram and tag me at Brooke Jean Unperfected to enter to win a 1-to-1 laser coaching session. Also, feel free to join me in my private Facebook community, Mommy's Mental Health Matters, where we continue the conversation. Thanks again for being here, and see you in next week's episode.